Mike.
Okay, good morning, everybody. We'll call to order. And Lauren will do roll call.
Lauren Borst for the record. Ron Bollier.
Here.
Roy Anderson.
Present.
Thank you. Jessica Brenner.
Present.
Sean Burke.
Present.
Ryan Summers.
Good morning, present.
Colonel John Kruger.
Present.
Kelly Echeverria.
Present.
Scott Means.
Present.
Carol Lynn.
Present.
John Pelt. Matt Peterson. Colonel Brian Howard.
Present.
Lisa Christensen. Billy Samuels. James Simpson. Jerome Touchebont. James Walker.
Here.
Thank you. Bill Elliott. Samantha Lai. Here. Eric Wilson.
Here.
Right. Sir, we do have quorum. I would also like to mention that we have 3 new members to the committee. Jessica Brenner with Carson City Health and Human Services, Ryan Summers with North Lake Tahoe Fire Protection District, and Scott Means from Sparks Fire Department.
Okay, thank you. Public comment, agenda item number 2, public comment, discussion only. If you would like to make a public comment, please phone in by dialing 669-219-2599. When you are prompted to enter the ID code, please enter 202-331-8963 and press pound. When asked to provide the public comment, please press *6 to unmute yourself and *6 again when your comments are complete. Let's start with the members on the Zoom platform.
Lauren Borst for the record, I'm seeing none.
Okay, let's move to the phone. Okay, I'm not hearing any further comment, so we'll close agenda number 2 and move on to approve the minutes, correct, from the last agenda? Approval of the minutes? Approve,
You need to ask for a motion.
ask permission.
For a motion.
For a motion to approve the minutes.
Roy Anderson, I submit a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Brian Howard, I'll second.
All those in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
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 Ask if anyone's opposed.
Anyone opposed? Okay, not hearing none. Moving on to the current agenda. Let's see, it's item number 4. Presentation on real work events.
Good morning, Rodney Wright for the record. We put together some data the calendar year 2024 and some of the real world events. You should have attachment number 4 that came out with your agenda packets. Last year, the state EOC activated eight times in the calendar year, starting with the Las Vegas Super Bowl event, which was a duty officer enhanced activation. What duty officer enhanced means is that The duty officer is at standby waiting for any of the jurisdictions to notify them if there is any resource needs. And then if the needs elevate to a certain point, the duty officer will then reach up to the EOC manager, discuss what is going on, and then make a determination if the EOC actually needs to stand up. So we've had last year, 6 of the activations that we did were at duty officer enhanced status. We had 1 full activation of our steep EOC that was in September with the Davis fire in Washoe County. And then we also had 1 partial activation in November of 24 with the Callahan fire. And so that's what we have for our EOC activations for 2024. We did have interstate mutual aid deployments last year with the Davis fire. So listed there are the different agencies that assisted and came up to help with the structure protection backfill. We did list the costs that they submitted for that reimbursement package, along with the amount of personnel and equipment that they sent up to give us a hand. So a total of intrastate mutual aid deployment costs were $707,000, $707,216.03, with a total of 34 personnel and 12 equipment items that were shipped up to assist with that Davis fire. Also, we had several events where DEM staff were deployed to assist with events across the state, with New Year's Eve, Formula One, the Nevada Day Parade, and then again with the Davis fire. And again, we listed the amount of personnel and equipment that were sent to assist for that. Also on agenda item number 4, there is a bar graph chart that I included. These were all of the duty officer calls that we received for the calendar year of 2024, 202 calls in total. We do list these out by order of what county received the most calls. The top 3 for calls by county were Clark, Washoe, and Elko counties. And you can see the numbers that they received there. We also, the event types that we are receiving calls for, the top 3 were search and rescue, transportation issues, which deals with anywhere from accidents on the highway or Union Pacific railroad calls. And then our last one was calls for fire response for the year. So those are our top 3s by county and by event type. And then you can just see the rest of the calls broken down by quarter, and then showing you the different types of calls that we had over the year. With that, I'll entertain any questions on agenda item number 4.
Okay, not hearing any questions. We'll close on agenda item number 4 and move to number 5. And I'll turn it over to Rodney again.
All right. For agenda item number 5, we did have some emergency management assistance compact deployments last year. We were 300% more than 2023. We didn't send any out in 2023, but we had 3 deployments last year. One for the Park Fire in California, where Lincoln County had sent a type 3 brush truck with 3 personnel. We also had North Las Vegas Police Department assist with the Republican National Convention in Wisconsin. And they sent 5 officers to assist with that. And then with Hurricane Helene, we sent our Chief Resilience Officer, Heather Lafferty, to assist them during their recovery, response and recovery aspect in North Carolina. So you can see we have the total costs listed for Imac deployments that we've submitted for reimbursements. There, the amount of equipment and personnel that were sent out on the Imac deployments. Any questions on the Imac deployments before I move on to the Incident Management Assistance Team? All right, hearing none. The Incident Management Assistance Team, we have taken the draft policy that was written back in 2022. We have made some edits to it. We're still working on a few of the appendix items that need to be done. We will send that out to this committee for review. And we're trying to move forward with getting this implemented and on the table. I know that the last meeting we had discussed about the ideas of the plan, so we took some of those suggestions, we wrote them into the plan, but there's still probably going to be quite a bit of talking components that this committee will need to do to get that incident management team plan on the board and to get teams built. Any questions regarding the incident management assistance team issues?
Okay, not hearing any, we'll close agenda item number 5. We'll move to agenda item number 6, discussion on Nevada Assembly Bill 57, revising provisions related to the Nevada Interstate Mutual Aid System. Again, I will be speaking on Bill's behalf. AB 57 is a Nevada Division of Forestry push. There was a presentation last week in front of legislature on the first house. No opposition there. The next step is it'll be presented next week, and if it'll be presented next week, and if it passes, it goes to the floor session and passes to the Senate side for the same process. If it doesn't pass out of either house, it goes nowhere. We anticipate approval of this, and there's been no opposition so far. Actually, a couple that have stepped up and supported. Do we have any questions concerning AB 57?
Yeah, this is Jim Walker. I have a couple of questions, if you don't mind. So the first question I have is, what kind of the philosophy behind why the changes?
So for the record, I'll say that it aligns the wildland side up to 414A mutual aid with the regional fire chiefs and aligns us under the Nevada Division of Forestry on 414A wildland. This aligns DEM, Department of Emergency Management, in alignment with 414A on the structural municipal all hazard side. Previously, it was gray and not written real well, so now we defined it, and it identifies and aligns DEM as the chair of the group and Division of Forestry as the co-chair of the group.
Okay, I appreciate that. So are you anticipating that this restructuring is going to, I guess, be the genesis of some changes to the interstate mutual aid system, and it's kind of leading into that? And if so, what changes are we kind of looking at? How big of a change are we looking at?
Ron Matthews. It is Brett Thompson, for the record, Chief of the Division. So no anticipated change to interstate mutual aid. The incomplete and absolute 2 reasons for the proposal to the Assembly Bill 57 are really both administrative. One, because NDF will manage and already manages all wildland fire suppression mutual aid within the state. That's already the way we exist. This is canonized. It's in a formal document. 2, it gives the Division of Forestry one of the 2 chair seats. So whether the chief forester or her designee will be the co-chair on this committee. Those are the only 2 changes. Those are the only 2 attendants. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you. I just appreciate that. Just, I hadn't heard anything about it prior to this happening, so I just kind of wanted to get an idea where it was coming from and what we were looking at. So thank you.
Any other questions about AB 57? Okay, not hearing any, close out item at number 6, and we'll move to number 7.
Morning, everybody. This is Eric Wilson, for the record. This is just a friendly reminder that per 414A, participating agencies in IMAS need to maintain a current list of personnel and equipment of the participant available for interstate mutual aid and submit it to us at the division here at least annually. so far this year. It's only February, so we have a lot of time, but so far we received Carson City this year. End of report. Pending any questions?
Not hearing any questions. Oh, go ahead.
One, it's Matt Peterson. I am on now. And then how do you want that list submitted to you from each county and or city?
Fighting right for the record. Matt, I'll be taking over this from Eric. We've done a shift with position changes here. So you can email those to me at my email address, and then we'll keep track of that right now.
Okay, sounds good.
And this is Carol Lynn. I have a question. If at one time in the beginning of me taking this position, you sent me a list of what we have in Humboldt County submitted as an inventory, I don't have that anymore. So if you have an inventory on record, could you send me a copy of that so I can update it?
Okay, we will look into that and see what we can find.
Any other questions? Okay, not hearing any, we'll close agenda item number 7 and we'll move to number 8. Agenda item number 8, public comment. Item is for discussion only. This is a second period set aside for public comment. Again, if you would like to make comment by phone, please call in by dialing 669-219-2599. When prompted, enter the meeting ID. Please enter 202-331-8963 and press pound. When asked to provide a public comment, please press *6 to unmute yourself and *6 again when comments are complete. Let's start with the members on the Zoom platform. Does anyone have public comment? Okay, not hearing any. Let's move to the phone. Does anyone have public comment? Not hearing any further comment, public comment. We'll close agenda item 8 and move on to agenda item 9, which is adjournment.
Elliot Jabria, I make a motion to adjourn.
Roy
Motion
Anderson, I
adjourned.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Any opposed?
any opposed? I have my instructor here. Hearing none, we move for adjournment.